Staying with stories from around the world, the Islamic State struck again this week, killing civilians in a Paris-style attack in Jakarta, Indonesia. Amid the turmoil, the term Wahhabism is gaining attention. Bruce Harrison joins me now in the studio with more. Bruce, Wahhabism, a puritanical Muslim sect, has been accused of fueling ISIS's hard-lined actions so far.
Well, that's right, Daniel, but it's not just the Islamic State. Wahhabism has been accused of being at the root of all Islamic terrorist organizations. The Wahhabi faith traces its roots to Saudi Arabia in the 18th century. Its Muslim founders wanted to return to a strict interpretation of the Koran.
And through that, to reinforce the faith in order to also to withstand the pressure by the West. And it is, in a way, it is still the case. Many people, when they are so-called Salafis, they go back to the original text. And they want to go back to an original state of life.
In doing so, essentially, the professor is saying they want to purge on Islamic influences, as well as foreign influences. Now, despite that, he said it's wrong to equate all of the Wahhabi faith to terrorism because not all of its followers have been radicalized. Now, in fact, he says a very small number are involved in terrorist activity. So where does the violence stem from? Professor Bernard Heikel at Princeton University told the BBC because many of their followers practice the faith very strictly, they condemn other Muslims not aligned with their theology and can turn to violence because they can justify it theologically.
So, Bruce, with that in mind, can you shed some light on why they attacked Indonesia? Because that is predominantly a Muslim-majority nation.
Well, sure. The Islamic State's been linked to this attack, and it was reportedly ordered by an Islamic State militant in Syria. But this attack, though, was different in militant style, used similar to the assault in Paris. Here again is Professor Schulte for a little more clarification.
One should not overstate the importance of this text. It is sad, and indeed it was inspired by IS. But I think in general IS will not take deep.
Professor got cut off there. Deep hold in Indonesia, he was going on to say, or Southeast Asia. He added the only reason 2 people died and not more in the attack this week in Jakarta was because of Islamic State's weak, underdeveloped network in Indonesia. That's why he said most of the people who died were the terrorists, Daniel.
Well, Bruce, thank you for the breakdown and helping us get some insights on the developments and the issue at hand. Well, it's a very convoluted problem there.
It's very confusing with all the different sects and aspects of the Islamic faith and the terrorist operations in the world today.
Right. Thank you for that, Bruce.
My pleasure, Daniel.